Yo, this your boy Fireworks. Welcome to Snoopers Gonna Snoop YouTube channel. If you haven't been here before, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button for me, please, please, please. I'm trying to stay in the algorithm so I can give you all more and more content, and I'm gonna give it to you anyway.
Snoopers gonna snip, Snoopers gonna snip, Snoopers gonna snip. Bitch, not your bitch.
Here we are to talk about Lakers Game 6. Normally I have video up, but I'm not gonna do that today. I'm kind of gonna give you all a rant. I'm really disappointed in how my Lakers ended up out. Injuries is what played the factor. I know everybody else wants to talk about how we use the off season and trades and different things like that. I would agree with that a little bit. I think we would have had a better outcome than what we did. We wouldn't have struggled as much as we did if we would have just ran it back with the exact same team. Maybe with at least Dwight, JaVale, and Rondo. Maybe you can get rid of the rest and make a couple of trades, but the Dennis Schroeder trade ended up not being a good trade. Like I said, I wasn't surprised that I got kind of the same energy from LeBron. I've watched LeBron games since 2015. I haven't missed one game. Normally during the playoffs, if he's injured or something's going on with him, you can tell. And if you didn't see in this series, you can tell he was a little disengaged. A lot of people are telling me that he didn't care, or he didn't want to uplift his teammates, blah, 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 blah. It's frustrating, bro, when you want to run it back and you want to win and you want to do this, but injuries and things are holding you back. So you see a lot of discouragement, you see a lot of things. And also, this is maybe LeBron's first time maybe dealing with some of these things, because this is the first time he might be dealing with a serious injury, or an injury that's kind of made him play half of what he normally plays, or have him half disengaged in games like he normally is during the playoffs. So, I mean, if you take a look of his last 5 years, and just him as a player in general, like I told you all in the last video, even if we won this last game 6 and we were going to game 7, I wouldn't be surprised to see LeBron with the same body language. When I saw that they were gonna play Anthony Davis, I immediately knew that this was over. And one reason is because all season the Lakers never showed really to be desperate or showed any reason to be desperate. I feel like Anthony Davis playing with a groin injury is playing desperate. He only played 5 minutes. LeBron played with a groin injury, and you can tell he played kind of the same way he played this series as his first year in LA with the groin injury. And also, just to go to LeBron's greatness, he played with a groin injury. Anthony Davis couldn't make it past 5 minutes with a groin injury, bro. 5 minutes, bro. So I can't lie and say I wanted my Lakers to pull it out. It didn't look good because of injuries. To think that LeBron's greatness has just put us at a level where we actually thought the 7 seed was going to beat the 2 seed, or injuries wasn't going to be a problem, and it ended up being a problem. I think what happened was LeBron and Anthony Davis tried to rehab during the season, and the injuries that they had aren't necessarily play-withable to rehab or kind of take some time off and just jump right back into it. I feel like that played an issue. And when LeBron and Anthony Davis were out, the other teammates had to step up and kind of keep the record and keep us in. And I feel like that some of the other players get nicked and hit in different places and different spots in the games and different spots in the series. Basically, in longevity, you got the result. You know, we got knocked out in the first round. I expect LeBron James and Anthony Davis and Rob Pelinka to treat this offseason with urgency. I expect them to make no-brainer moves. And I feel like that next year the Lakers were going to bounce back, especially with Anthony Davis and LeBron James healthy. I think, like I said, that's the biggest thing, is health. Anthony Davis, when he played in that game 2, wasn't necessarily full health, and neither was LeBron, but we still beat the Suns. You see what I'm saying? But with some of these injuries and different things, it's gonna take more if you want more. The Kyle Lowry trade would have worked out tremendously for us right now, because we would have won this series with Kyle Lowry on the floor and LeBron James on the floor and Anthony Davis hurt with the other players. We would have won that series. So I expect Lakers to come back next year, play hardball, take another shot at the championship. I expect LeBron and Anthony Davis to be back on an elite level. Don't expect Frankie V to be there next year. I think he got exposed a little bit. But I think it's a real hard to blame a lot on this team. A lot of people are forgetting that this season and us starting back so fast was the quickest turnaround. We played the latest. Both championship teams, us and the Miami Heat, are both bounced out in the first round. I feel like that just shows you the longevity and kind of the time off the players need to kind of be good and get some space. So I'm really looking forward to seeing the Lakers bounce back next year. We should be back in championship contention next year. I expect us to make great offseason moves. And especially I expect Anthony Davis and LeBron James to come back and be healthy next year and play healthy. And I expect us to have another coach. I'll be surprised if Frankie V's there. I do want Jason Kidd. But since we didn't pick Jason Kidd, I feel like that Jason Kidd is going to take some of these other jobs that's out here. Portland, they just fired their coach. So we'll see what happens with that. The Clippers, they won last night. So we'll see what that Game 7 entitles tomorrow. The Brooklyn versus Milwaukee series is looking to be real good off how Milwaukee looked against Miami. But at the same time, I think that Miami and the Lakers they looked like they were unhealthy and they looked out of gas. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be looking forward to making more videos with y'all next season. If we have some big off-season moves, I will be making some videos about that. So make sure y'all stay tuned again. If this is your first time here to Snoopers Gonna Snoop YouTube channel, make sure you like and subscribe, and I will hit you all next time.